what your choices have been, and what karmic timelines and contracts you have journeyed. The light is calling for the reunification of all aspects of life in this realm now. It is calling for the cleansing of all polarities. It is calling for the rising of all sacred heart centers now. All are being summoned home to the greater light now.
Hi, and welcome to Whole Soul Mastery's Sounds of Circles Holiday Heart Sharing in the Round. I'm Marie Moeller, and I'm an author, intuitive, and a host of the Whole Soul Mastery podcast. And our Whole Soul Mastery community is coming together to share a little fun and festivity today. We each have a message for humanity to seed in your hearts at this time, and also to seed these same frequencies into the new year of 2021. We are growing this new earth garden together. And right now we are celebrating the beauty and the magic and the grace and the divinity of this beautiful holiday season. And as the guides have been coming through streaming in my transmissions recently through Frequency Writer, this faith-filled season. So we are here to celebrate and honor the grace of the timeless and eternal light that we all truly are. And I'm so grateful for all of my fabulous friends and soul siblings here today. Gathering with me is Renee Tainter, Sharon Ramesbottom, Mary Lozano, Flower Diamond, Del Sol Etienne, Paula Silvestre, and Paul Panzica. And a couple are portaling in with their energies, the people not here that you've seen us podcast with that are part of this whole community and this family. I know that their energies with us today. And I want to thank our listeners for joining us in this beautiful and festive holiday season. And come back and listen to this anytime you need a little bit of holiday cheer and to help us amplify and raise the light on the planet at this time. So I thought I'd start us off. The guides came through. I thought, what will I bring to the holiday gathering, right? What do I want to seed as light into this conversation? I thought, oh, I might receive a message from the guides. And of course, they did have a message for all of us. So I thought I'd read that first, and then we'd each go around and share something from our hearts that we want to seed into humanity in December 2020 on the precipice of the great return of this incredible luminous light, the Christ consciousness that's expanding and amplifying in all of us. So here's a message from the guides. From the Arcturian Collective and the Andara Collective came together to bring this message today. And Andaras, let me just hold these up, are amazing, otherworldly, other dimensional crystals. And I brought my Christmas colored crystals today. And they brought through this beautiful message for all of us to seed in our hearts. Dear ones, we greet you during this beautiful season of light, cheer, fellowship, family, festivity, and faith. In the time of Jesus Christ, there was a star of Bethlehem that guided travelers on their inner and outer journeys. And we see humanity being guided by that very same star in the year 2020. It has been a long journey. At times, it has been an arduous one, and it has required and offered great tests of strength, stamina, and faith. And now, here at the precipice of the winter solstice 2020, the celebration of Christ's birth on December 25th, and the celebration of Hanukkah beginning on December 10th and culminating on December 18th, where miracles of light bless the great people of Jerusalem and their commitment to the living light on this planet amidst great challenges in their paths as well. There is an emergence, anticipation, and sensing of a time of great joy. For your world has been blessed by great and glorious celebrations of divinity and eternal light through the centuries. And it has also been besieged by wars, painful destruction, division, and discord as well. we are calling to all those listening to this beautiful message today to celebrate the great miracle of light through the Festival of Lights in the Jewish faith and the great birthing of the Christ child and Christ light this year in December 2020 as a weaving together and celebration of the one true light that is the heart, the starlight, and the heartbeat of the one true creation. There is great celebration in the galaxy as many sentient beings and many star races witness a star of Bethlehem, uniting those who are faith-filled this holiday season and who are knowing the miracle of light that all truly are in these times. The Star of Bethlehem celebrates the Christ consciousness birthing on this planet in the hearts of all who reside here. Some will feel it, see it, know it, abide by it, celebrate it, and honor it this Christmas and this Hanukkah as God's true light returning to the people. Some will feel it only deep in the layerings of the unconscious, and yet all will be forever changed by the light's reunification with the heart of the Divine Mother, Mother Gaia, and the Divine Mother, Father God, therefore reunifying the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine inside all people worldwide. Thus, there is a great weaving of unified light returning to the hearts of humanity this holiday season, and it is a time of unbridled joy, festivity, celebration, love, compassion, clarity, and interdimensional understanding. We celebrate you, your gifts, your hearts, your light, your faith, your courage, and your steadfast journeyings to live and be led by the light and star of Bethlehem that has always seeded unified light in your hearts through time since the beginning of time. And now, in December 2020, the light reigns again. The miracle of light is made manifest in your world as a living consciousness and living light once more. Realms reset in the living light of God, source energy, and true creation shine with golden light for all in the cosmos to see and to celebrate the oneness that all sentient life truly, eternally is. Blessings, dear ones. Mazel Tov and Merry Christmas.
Beautiful.
There is a great seeding of light inside all of us unfolding this month, and it has been through the centuries, right? But this month and of course on the winter solstice, there is this amplification and reunification of epic proportions. And we are here to celebrate that living light and to be expressions of the miracle of that living light. And I want to thank all of you and thank our listeners for celebrating this time, this light in your lives, with your families, with your friends, with the cosmos, right? We are here to be and embody this light. And so with that, I want to ask maybe Renee, would you like to start with an inspiration that came through you that you're going to seed into these holiday sprinklings today?
Well, we've been going through this COVID thing for so long, but I have experienced the most beautiful love and light in the people that you randomly run into in the post office or in the market and stuff. And I just want to say to people that might have a heavy heart that every smile that you give to somebody is like anchored in the collective energy that we're all putting together. There's a lot of unknown, but in that unknown, when that light and love of your heart still rises. I've seen it in people. I had an experience going into a store, and this man was in a wheelchair and he was looking down like this, and I could tell he was kind of sad. He looked up, I gave him the biggest smile. He gave me the biggest smile. So he had that moment, we connected, and the heart is the hearts were activated, but they are activated on this planet. Yes, there's a lot of unknown and fear, and we're not sure what our future holds, but if you can hang on to the love in your heart and use that as you express. And, you know, one of the things, I was listening to Magenta Pixie, and she said, we have this cohesiveness in your frequency, in your energy, that really does have an impact on the planet. And it's like your resonance, your heart. I'm reading because I wrote down all the things on here. Your love, your mind, your heart, your visualization, thoughts, energy, emotions, frequency, vibration, actions, deeds, words. That's everything. And when we express our love through those different things that I listed here, we become that whole package, the lifestyle of the person that chooses to be love, be the change. I went into the dollar store the other day, and this lady had "Be the Change" tattooed on her arm. And she was the sweetest energy. And so I just wanted to say, for this season, because it is a way different than anybody could have anticipated, that, you know, let go of the stuff that you can't control, but you can control the love and energy that comes from your heart. You are the creator. You are the person that is being the change. Whenever you transform a moment that could be, you know, it could be an ugly moment, you can transform it with your heart and your smile. And that goes right to our earth and right to what we are co-creating as what we're calling the new earth, the new energies. And we are anchoring it by doing this too. So
Yes.
good job, everybody. And even people who don't know that they are part of the solution, they're doing it. They're anchoring it right along with us. So
Thank you.
God bless everybody.
Beautiful. Thank you. It's amazing what a smile can do, how a smile can change the world, right? Yeah. Yeah. Mary, would you like to share something?
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. So I found something in this book, The Way to Mastery, that just called to me, and I thought I would share it with the group today. Surrender is like the petals of the flower. They emerge in their own time. One cannot necessarily see the causal connection of all that has gone before with the sweet nectar of perfect remembrance, the flowering of the soul that is no longer fearful and abiding in the world, awake, in peace, open, through which the flow of grace descends to touch the world. Surrender flowers from the only three things you can do: desire, intend, and allow. I just find that this just really speaks to my heart and to where we are today. And just peace, love, joy, harmony to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. So beautiful. And the image behind you, Mary, which is a cactus, but I always feel it as a flower. It's perfect with your message. And then, of course, Flower Diamond, who we're going to invite. Does everybody like the magic of your sparkly, bubbly lights and all your festivity there, Flower? It just puts a smile in your heart, right? And it opens us up, which is what you just said, Mary, into the allowing, right? Intend, desire, allow. Yeah. So Flower, do you have a message?
Yeah, I do. And cheers to everyone at the galactic Christmas tea party today. Yeah, I have a little short book since for the end of the year. It's called Life Organized: The Ideal Situation by me, Flower Diamond XFD. to help us get through the end of the year to 2021. So, number one, finance. This zone of life holds little mystery, for it is everywhere. You see it, you believe it. So, see the grandness of it. See the abundance of life that surrounds you. All of it fits you like a glove. Two, health. Open up, breathe from head to toe. Do not pull your own strings like a marionette. Break free, strings no more. Jump off thy stage and exit the theater. Let the sun shine in. Three, relationships. This place so close or so far from you. If you cannot stand the heat, throw water on the fire. If you feel too cold, turn on the kettle and wait for the whistle to blow and pour a warm cup and wait for the winds and the chills, the thrills and the ills to pass through. Four, family. Bring forth every speck, every dot, every loop to the table. Steady now, steady on. The ship floats, it tilts, it may sink, but truth shall bob up and float when bread breaks. And five, spirituality. Listen to that muse, that gentle song that peeps and hops your field. It's there, so grand, so soft. It needs nothing from you, not even love. And six, groups. A choir that sings, it rings. It is big or small. It's music, sour or in tune, is beckoning to you to which instrument you must bring. And lastly, love. You are built from love. To this the task most freeing. Carpenter, throw your hammer into the mist. Your story is done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Flower. So amazing. Every word, every parcel of energy, and every poem that you stream through the muse. It like makes all the cells in my body tingle. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Flower. Beautiful. Paula, would you like to share?
I'd like to share a couple things. First, I'd like to share a beautiful gift my sister sent for me, my sister Ruth, and it's an 8-star tetrahedron, and it's the symbol of our Mi'kmaq nation, and it's very ancient, and that is what we use in all of our communications materials. It's the 8-star tetrahedron. So I just thought I wanted to say that for my sister. It was a very beautiful gift, and I just loved it. So thank you, Ruth. The other thing I wanted to share with you all is a daily prayer, and I found it in a video actually, and it was a video streaming Archangel Michael channeling, and I think it was in Wisdom of the Ages. So I'm just going to read the prayer. I am a divine instrument of light through which the higher dimensional frequencies of Creator flow. From this moment forward, I will fully and completely live my perfected vision of heaven on earth. Each day, I am becoming a master of divine manifestation in the world of form, and I move beyond the restrictions and limitations of the third and fourth dimensional reality. I carry the torch of God light. I radiate the love of angels, henceforth each and every day. I draw to, through, and around me more and more of my perfect I am presence of God.
That's beautiful.
Share. It's a beautiful daily prayer, and I feel so much passion each and every time I read it. So thank you all, and a very Merry Christmas. And my maiden name used to be Christmas.
Was it? Oh, wow.
Yes. So Merry Christmas from Paula Christmas.
That is so beautiful. Yes. Well, thank you for sparkling your light and these insights. And I love that theme and that energy and insight of the divine instrument. We are these divine instruments, and it's time for us to play the song, right? Which Flower shares in the poems she just talked about, right? We are singing this song that's coming through all of us at this festive time. And really, Christmas can be 365 days a year, right? It's not one single moment, it's something we carry with us. So thank you, Paula Christmas, for that beautiful that beautiful wisdom and that beautiful sharing. And Paul, would you like to share something?
I'd like to share many things, but I don't think I have enough time to do it. But I'll try to keep it short. When we first met online, you started talking about Christmas right at the beginning. And I'm like, why are you talking about Christmas? What does this have to do with anything? But as you started speaking, I started realizing how something very important was working there. And you jogged my Christmas vision when I was 7 years old. And that vision has stayed with me forever. And it was a vision of a celestial father, celestial mother, the birth of a child in an intimate room. And I was being given a gift of extreme importance that was beyond anything in the material realm. And I was thinking, why am I thinking about this, right? But as we ended that discussion, I was definitely mentioning that I really have to look at the astrology of this because I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. And I was looking at other astrology that was going on at the time. I had an idea of what was happening, but I did not really see what was actually happening. So I realized as I started looking at the astrology that the dream helped me to interpret the astrology. That this grand conjunction is exactly what the dream was conveying to me. So all of the things that this outpouring that I'm hearing, and I'm also feeling it too. I've had dreams that are subtle but very cohesive and very lucid that are conveying to me the same things, but because of this masculine mind of mine, I want to say, well, where's the proof? Where do we see it? How do I know, right? Because I don't, that's just how the male mind works. So I started looking at the astrology, really studying it, and I realized that that vision was going to manifest at the end of this year. That this Christ birth is actually going to happen, and that this outpouring will start. And the way I described it, or the way that I felt it, or the way that I saw this, was from the energies of the Father. And the Father in this instance was Jupiter energies, which is going to be in conjunction with the Mother, which is the Saturn energies. And this is this outpouring. This is the age that's going to commence of what we would call unconditional giving. We're going to realize that that's the only path that we have out of this matrix that we've created, is through unconditional giving. And this will be the point where this initiates. So it would be astounding just to see that on the solstice that this alignment was happening. And people are saying, well, we haven't seen this alignment for 800 years, 500 years. And that's true, but it's not true, because we've never seen an alignment like this. We've seen the grand conjunctions, but what's happening and what you've been conveying is that there's solar energies surrounding this. And if you look at all the major celestial bodies at this time, or at this time that we're speaking of, there's never been an alignment like this ever. And so we are privileged to be able to experience it, to see this. We will surely never see it in our lifetime. we may never see it for ages, maybe ever see this. And so what you're suggesting and what the galaxy is feeling and the energy that's pouring into this little focal point of consciousness within the galaxy itself is truly happening. And it's happening at the solar level. It's happening at the level of the light. It's happening at the level of the logos energies. If you looked at, and everyone's looking at the Grand Conjunction, I'm looking at the sun, I'm looking at the galactic center, I'm looking at Mercury. They're all conjuncting, that means they're right on top of each other at that same moment. And we're looking at 3 days of something spectacular that's going to happen. I would say from the 19th to the 21st, we are bound to feel it. Now, will the world change on the 22nd? In a way it will. Will this take years or months to manifest? I'm sure that it will, but it's happening. And it's also going to be confrontational. You know, so there's this light is going to shine within the deepest recesses of our soul. Nothing's going to hide from it. It can't hide anymore. So all the pain that we're carrying with us will be exposed. It's going to happen during this time. Paula, I think, mentioned Michael energies, right? Was that true, right? We were talking about Michael. Michael's going to be extremely important in all this because Michael is related to Mars. And Mars will be activated. Mars will be trining this energy. Mars will be sextiling the North Node, which is going to be fantastic. And Mars, the archangel, is going to be squaring Pluto. That means it's going to be a death blow to the death culture. It's going to happen. It's all happening on the same day. So, or the same period of time. So for me, what I've gathered out of all of this, and I think what I've learned out of all of this, is the parable of the mustard seed. And that's, I've been carrying that with me for quite a while. And so this is how he would interpret it. And we were told by Jesus that the kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed. And then he describes how the mustard seed is just scattered haphazardly on the ground in poor soil, in its hostile environments. The birds eat the seeds, and the rocky soil, it can't sprout, it can't grow. Hey, listen, we're all mustard seeds here. Every single one of us. I didn't realize this, but we are. And we're all light workers, and I didn't understand the concept of light workers until I started realizing and understanding all of this. I thought a light worker was like a superhuman person who manipulates light and makes these grand changes, you know. And I'm like, I'm not like that. I don't know what that is. I can't like astral project, and I can't do any of these things, you know. That's not me. But I realized that it has to do with the mustard seeds. The light workers are people who can channel the logos. They can channel this light energy. There's millions of us. There's people from other worlds that are here. There's old souls that are here. There's new souls that are being birthed in Christ's consciousness that are becoming the light workers, right? So we can see this happening. Now, we did a fantastic job over the ages of creating a world where God doesn't exist. And I know that that's hard to accept. And it's only partially true. God does exist, but she's the divine feminine, and she's our mother, and she's never left us, right? So she's always been with us, but the Father has been withdrawn for a long time. And so the Father's the logos, and the Father energy is in a higher dimensional state. Well, that's coming, right? And so when we hear this parable about the kingdom of heaven, and you look around and you see, well, I don't see any God in this world, and I don't see any, that's the divine authority, the divine masculine. You know, you don't, because we did a great job of destroying that. But it does exist, and it's channeled through the individual soul. And that's the light worker's job. They're going to bring this. That's when Jesus said, you are the kingdom of heaven. You carry that within us, right? And so what is happening now is that, and what's happened for, I know this because I've lived many, many lives, is that you can have these epiphanies. and you can connect to your higher self, and you can see the spirit. But then you come back into the lower density, and then you're a pariah, and then you can't find fertile ground. Well, guess what? That's changing. That's what's shifting. The landscape is finally shifting so that the mustard seeds will find fertile ground, and we will start to take hold. And the beautiful thing about the mustard plant is once it takes hold, you can't get rid of it. And it grows like a weed, and it harbors the birds, and it feeds people, and it feeds the animals. And that's what's going to happen. That's what's coming. And I think it's going to be initiated at the end of this year. I am, to my core, at one time was a skeptic. And I looked at these things with very skeptical attitudes. But I'm telling you right now that, and I looked at the beginning of this year and I said, woo, this is going to be a hell of a year. It's going to be kind of crazy. But I'm looking at it now and I can't see any other way to interpret it. It is going to be, this is it. I think we're really starting to see the beginning of the new age, or at least a grand step towards that new age is coming. So that's what I wanted to share. I hope I can say more, but I'm not going to say. That's what I want to share.
This was perfect.
Oh,
My heart is so full. I could listen to you for hours, Paul, seriously. And
Yes.
I want to say to you that he referenced what he was referencing, our conversation where Christmas came into the conversation, because it seeded itself like a mustard seed in our
Right.
podcast. So I invite all of our listeners to go back to Whole Soul Mastery. I can even include the link for that in the description section of this video. But you described yourself there at the end as a skeptic, and that you are fully believing in this now.
Well, yes. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, when we podcasted, I remember you talking about that at the age of 7, which I don't think you said here, but when you had that dream and you saw this incredible light and you had all those insights coming through, you woke up like on Christmas morning, was it right? And you thought,
No, it was June. It was June 25th. It was 6 months away from Christmas. That was the mystery that I had to solve. Why was it in such a strange position? It was on an axis. That's what I had to learn. I had to understand that, and how important the axis that forms the cross, how important that was for our lives and for the time and for the seasons. That was the strange part about it.
I was going to say, I don't know if that, when you woke up, and you thought it was like basically Christmas Day in June, you were
Right.
expecting this energy now, because in spirit it is now. Everything's now. And then, but I don't know if that didn't birth some of that inner skeptic in you, because the proof didn't appear after the dream. And this is another lesson for all of us, is that, time isn't linear, right? In the realm of spirit, there is no linear time. Everything's now, or it's right timing, or both, right? And here we are at the right timing in December 2020, where
50 years later. That's also a very important time, 50 years later.
50 years later.
50 years later. And I want to also point out that not all skeptics are bad, because the greatest of all skeptics was Thomas, the apostle. And he's my favorite. So, and he said, I'm not going to believe until I put my fingers through the wounds. But he saw Jesus. He did not stick his finger through the wounds. So I think I consider him as a kind of a modern day person, because he doesn't accept things on blind faith. But he was also a courageous man and left a wonderful heritage of mythologies behind that were inspired by him. So I identify with Thomas.
Perfect. That's perfect. Thank you. That was beautiful. There's a couple more, there's 2 more sharings. Vanita Lakwala, who couldn't be here physically, but she sent in her special Christmas present and holiday present to all of us and our listeners. And this is what Vanita wanted to share today. Come into a complete state of self-acceptance. Love yourself completely, fully, absolutely, and add joy to that. Now wrap yourself in the warmth of appreciation. Wear it like a garment. Next, bless everything in creation. This is the complete package. Circulate freely the qualities of the divine. That's Vanita's message.
Beautiful.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Vanita.
Vanita.
And I wanted to include a special message from Diane Jackson, who could not be with us physically on the call, but had a beautiful message for this holiday gathering and for all of humanity. And Diane Jackson says, I have been receiving so many messages about how the elemental kingdom is supporting our ascension process, and they encourage everyone to return to play and imagination, which allows them to send us messages. The unicorns, dragons, fairies, and other elemental beings are all coming forward now. So go out and connect to Mother Gaia and send her love, gratitude, and healing. Hug a tree and chat with the birds. Let your fairy self dance and sing. Welcome the ancient mystical ones who have come to remind us of who we are. Thank you, Diane. That was so beautiful and perfect for this holiday season.
There's so many beautiful presents in our presence here in this gathering today. And I, for one, know that I'm going to be going back and listening to each of you again because there's so many beautiful things in each sharing. I'm so grateful. And now I want to include David Fryer, who also is not physically on this call, but he co-created something fabulously beautiful with Del Sol Etienne. So Del Sol, would you like to share your incredible festive and light-centered inspiration with us right now?
It's funny, it's bring together that what all we've been accumulating throughout the year. Through your many transmissions, we talk about our dragon wings and getting ready for flight. So this was co-created by David and myself with light language and healing frequencies that he plays with. We created Time to Take Flight. And I'm going to share it with you guys here.
Yes.
And here we go.
birds Yanata Warato Tu Chi Nanai Kata Awanai birds No Kotisni Itawa Negara Wato Sne Se Etoshni Itai Naranatai Suto Ne Cheta Tuku Sinirete Enai Yata Wanato Kutusne Iyawata Sokoto Wa Nehetasha Ituku Saturu no Wananai Tekatara Tekatato Toshne Eta Mehetora Teteshni Tekawaha Noshne E Yanana Wataso Tuskuturi Yanana Wata Nakatosne Eshi Waratai Neketu Ushni Nanawataka Nahatasu Chokwe Ni Ya Ye Ata I Yana Naka Sni She Jeko Sneheratai Sniketu Frutus Nitai Nekotoshne Etaha Neketai Ato the birds of life. Tokosne, Cheketara Naikatahaso, Nohoieta, Nahasoko, Tosne Tasha, that's the birds who take flight. 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 That's the birds who take flight.
That was so beautiful.
Thank you.
And was I flying? I was flying, soaring.
It's time to take flight with all that we've done and all that we have been through this year. And we've been preparing for this moment, as Paul said, these next few weeks, leading up until it's gonna happen. We're ready, and here we are. We're prepared, and now it's really time to fly.
It is
There's
time.
nothing holding us down.
Nothing. Nothing. No more strings attached. No tethers.
No
to the old
tethers.
ways or the old paradigm.
Yes.
Freedom, sovereignty.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank David. David did the music, and Del Sol streamed through, channeled through that beautiful light language that goes straight to your heart, straight to your cells, straight to the soul.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It is an honor.
So I just want to raise a candle here. I've lit a
Didn't hear
candle.
from Sharon yet.
It's the candles for Sharon.
Oh, okay.
So
I don't want to miss out on Sharon.
No, exactly. No, Sharon Ramesbottom is going to lead us in a message of inspiration again for the heart and the soul. Please, Sharon.
Well, thank you all. Oh my, the gifts that were given today. I am so honored to have received them, and they have honestly changed me in this moment. So thank you, thank you. My gift to all of you and to all is this beautiful tool that allows us to move into our hearts and to bring up any feeling that we wish to radiate to ourselves and to others. And each one of you shared a part of this tool as you were speaking, this beautiful heart energy that streams through all of you. This tool allows us to do it in any moment, to receive it and to offer it to others. And so there's 3 steps to the technique, and I'll just take you through it. It's a short technique and you can do it at any time. You could do it with your eyes open or closed, but I would ask you to close them this time. And so the 3 steps is, the first, I will bring you into your heart. So we're going to drop our attention from our minds to our heart. And for some, just placing your hand over your heart could be helpful. And what we're going to do once we drop our focus to our hearts, we have brought attention and intention to connect with our heart and our heart chakra. And so we're going to breathe in and out of our hearts, just a little longer and deeper than usual. And I will direct you through it, but it's going to be like a column of air coming in and out of your heart. And then the second step is that we're going to choose a feeling. And so you could choose love or joy, appreciation, care, peace, any feeling that you wish to experience and to radiate through you and to others. And so we're going to choose a feeling, a renewing feeling, and then we are going to re-experience the feeling. So you're going to bring up a memory or an experience that is going to allow you to ignite this feeling within you. So it could be love for a pet, or it could be beauty of a sunset or a hug, or it could be care of an individual, or anything swimming in a lake, anything that will bring this feeling into you so that you could re-experience it, reimagine it, and feel it. So we are feeling the feeling. And as we do that, breathing it through our hearts, we're going to then radiate it through our bodies to every cell. And so we are going to first radiate it to us, and then we're going to radiate it to the world. And so if you care to just sit and just get comfortable and relax, and to just bring in one conscious breath to just anchor you into the moment. And I just am surrounded with all of the love and the beauty that you have gifted us. And as you're just sitting and relaxing and inhaling and exhaling, just allow your attention to drop to your heart. This beautiful, divine place that holds your essence, your divine spark. And as you drop your attention to your heart, you could even imagine your spark there, that beautiful flame that is eternal and infinite, the truth of you. And as you breathe, you can watch it grow and spread, illumine. Or as you breathe, you can picture a beautiful rose blossoming within your heart. And so we're going to bring in our breath like a column of air, and inhale and exhale, a 4 to 5 second deep breath, connecting to our hearts, our heart centers, our divine essence. And if you choose, you could just allow it to expand and open. And as it expands and opens, you can just bring it a little bit more open, a little bit more expansive. Allow it to just be full. And if you move back into your mind, just gently bring your attention back into your hearts. Back home. And now I'd like you to bring in that renewing feeling. Whatever you wish to experience. Imagine it, experience it, feel it. Feel the love, the peace, the joy. Allow it to just move through your heart, igniting the flame even higher, illumining your essence, breathing it in, becoming this feeling. And as you do so, all of your emotional, physical systems, your mental, energetic systems are aligning to your heart. Moving into a balanced, coherent, ease and calm. You become the feeling. And with each breath, allow the feeling to radiate throughout your body. Allow each cell to welcome it, to receive the gift that you are giving, to fill up, to be. You become this beautiful feeling. The light is filling you up. The feeling is filling you up. And everything is in peace, in truth. Be complete receptivity. Accept it. Allow it. Surrender to it. Allow it to move into every space. So that now you are this beautiful feeling. And now you are going to gift this to the world. The supreme gift of you. And you are going to radiate it, joining all the other hearts that are there. To our brothers and sisters, galactic families, to Mother Gaia, we join together, braiding and weaving these feelings. One heart, one pulse. We are the gifts. And allow this feeling to just radiate from you to every area, every place that is needed. It is being received in gratitude. And we are joining as one in love, in joy, in peace, in harmony, as God. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I
So-
want to share my appreciation for all these beautiful, heart-centered, heart-streamed, heart-shared energies and inspirations of light, because they come from our soul presence. They're timeless. They come from source, and we are the light messengers of them. We are the light workers. We are the ones streaming the light and knowing the light. And to close out our roundtable today, I just wanted to speak some of the words of the song I shared in a recent transmission. It's called the Namaste Song. And I'm going to just share a portion of the stanzas, and anybody who wants to join in, but we're just going to say it. We don't have to sing it. I welcome anybody to go listen to that transmission. I'll leave the link in the description section below, but I'll start by saying, I see the light in you, for it's the same source light in me. We are one. I know the light in you, for it's the same source light in me. We are one. I ignite the light in you, for it's the same source light in me. We are one. I trust the light in you, for it's the same source light in me. We are one. And I love the light in you, for it's the same source light in me. We are one.
Oh my. Thank you.
Right? We are this living light, as Paul expressed so beautifully, and all of us today, and Flower right here in the center. I mean, it is an epic expression of this amplifying, this radiant light, this reunion of the God consciousness, Mother Earth's consciousness, the light's consciousness in us. We are one. And we send Merry Christmas, Mazel Tov blessings, and truly blessings of the living light to everyone who listens to our Whole Soul Mastery podcasts. And we will return. We have a few more podcasts to come this month and then also in 2021. But we wish all of us here at Whole Soul Mastery, wish you and your family and your loved ones the most beautiful, light-filled, faith-filled holiday season from our hearts to yours. We
Amen.
are one.
Beautiful.
Blessings. Blessings, everyone.
Blessings.
Yeah.